Good morning. Welcome to another grammar class. We've already learned different types of letter writing. We've learned the main two types of letter writing, which is formal and informal letters. Now, we've already learned that formal letters you will write to your relatives, friends, and somebody whom you know very well. Whereas a formal letter is something like a letter to the editor, to the newspaper which you write, or to some government organization, to a book store where you want to order books. So such letters are called formal letters. The style also differs a little from the normal informal letters. So we need to know the format of writing a formal letter, and we have to keep to that format by writing any formal letters. And another thing you need to remember is there is the added subject. You need to write what the letter is about. So such letters are called formal letters. We will now take a look at the format of such letters. Okay. So I'm sharing with you a format of a formal letter. Now you can see that very clearly they have given you what are the things that need to be included in a formal letter. So in the beginning we will write the sender's address. Who is writing this letter? Their address will be on top. Can you see this? It's written sender's address. So we need to write the sender's address first. In the first left hand side you will write the sender's address, whoever is writing this letter. Next, we will leave a line and write the date on which you are going to write this letter. You are writing on which date, that date has to be written. And even when you write the date, there is a particular format of writing the date. You will write it in this order. Next, to whom are you writing? The receiver's designation and address. Designation is the post to whom you are writing. Maybe the editor. Sometimes you will be writing to the manager, store manager, wanting to order some books, or if it is a formal letter to the principal even of a school, even your leave letters will come under formal letters. So you will have to use your language also, should be careful. You should be using formal language when you write in formal letters. So if you're writing it like I told you to the school principal, you need to write the principal instead of the editor. So whatever the designation of the person whom you're addressing this letter, that needs to be written, not the name of the person. So here we are going to write to a newspaper. So we will write to the editor. It is always, our letters are always addressed to the editor of any newspaper. If you want to give your opinions, suggestions, or a complaint about something, not happy about something that is happening in your area, all that you will write to the editor of your local newspaper. So here they have given you the address, the paper name, now Bharat Times, and the place is Pune. Now after that you will write sir. Okay, you don't, dear sir is not needed. If you want, you can put respected sir if it is for the principal. Okay. Now after you write sir, you have to leave a line and then write the subject of this letter. What is the topic that you want to write about in this letter? So that needs to be written next. So you will have subject where this letter, their subject is about irregular water supply in that particular colony. So he wants to make some complaint, or he wants to let the local newspaper. Through the local newspaper, maybe he's trying to address somebody senior or the person concerned with this matter. So he's telling you the subject of my letter is about irregular water supply in his colony. So that is the purpose. So subject needs to be the purpose of what you're writing this letter for. Next, the body of the letter. So you can see the body needs to be again divided into 3 parts. So you will have need to. Okay, so I was telling you that the body of the letter will have 3 parts. So I will just share the format with you once again. Okay, so we've already discussed the sender's address, date of writing the letter, receiver's designation and address. We've spoken about that already. Now, the body of the letter. There will be 3 main parts of your letter. The first one is the introduction. So you have to give an introduction to why you're writing this letter. So you can just read with me. I would like to draw the kind attention of the concerned authorities through the column of your esteemed newspaper towards the problem of irregular water supply in Greenwood's colony. So this is the main subject that he is trying to get your attention to. He needs some service to be done for this water supply, which is very irregular. So he expects some action to be taken by the respective authorities, whoever is concerned with that department. Okay, so that is the introduction. Now he is giving you more details of why it is a problem for him and why he is writing this letter. The supply is given only for 2 hours in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. Moreover, the water is muddy. Many residents have suffered from health issues, okay, because of hygienic water, and maybe there is some contamination in the water. People are falling ill as well in that colony. In this connection, we have complained to the local authorities, but in vain. So he has tried complaining it to the local authorities, whoever is concerned in that area, but they have not taken any action and is not happy with their response, even though he has gone and complained to them. So he is now going to go to the higher authorities maybe. I therefore request the higher authorities to look into this matter and take necessary action immediately. So this is the main aim of writing this letter to the editor of that paper. So he expects that by this letter, he will definitely get some response or action to the problem that he is currently facing in that colony. So this is about the format. Okay, so you can, the introduction can be similar to this, whatever problem you have. Main content and conclusion will have to be a little different in according to what the problem you are writing about at that time. So this is just to give you an idea of how a letter should be. Okay, and once you've finished and you yourself can give some suggestions as which you think can be applied as a solution for this problem in the conclusion part. So finally, you will have the complimentary closing, thanking you, yours truly, yours faithfully. There are different ways you can, we've already done those different terms can be used for the closing. And at the end of it, you can leave a line and write the name of the sender. On top, you have not written the name of your person who's writing. It is only the address on top. See, as you will know, it is only sender's address over here. Okay, name was not written there and you will not write your name there. In fact, you will write your name at the bottom of the letter. So this is where you will write your name. Okay. Name of the sender and designation if applicable. If you're just one of the members of that society, you don't have any designation as such, you can just write your name. But if you are the secretary of that association or something in that colony, then you can also mention that you are the secretary of this Greenwoods colony or any other post if you are holding in that association or that colony. You can mention it here below your name. Okay, so this is the general format that you have to remember and follow when you write any letters to the editor or any formal letter. As writing letters to the editor comes under the formal letter category. So once more, you can just take a look at the format. First, you have the sender's address. Okay. Leave a line, write the date of when you're writing this letter. Leave a line. Next, you will write the receiver's designation and address. So next line you will have the salutation. After that, after the salutation, you have to write the subject. And subject can be put in a box or underlined so that they will immediately know what this letter is concerned and they can give it to the concerned department. Okay. So this is the body. We said also that the body should have three main parts. The first part is why you're writing this letter. Main content will be what exactly is your problem. And conclusion is what are your suggestions to rectify this problem that you have. And like I told you, last you will have a complimentary closing and the name of the person who is sending this letter. So I hope the format is clear to you. Now we will write some sample letters. I will give you some exercises to do. Some topics will be given. Based on those topics, you have to write a formal letter. Now I will show you some topics that you can write. Now you can see on, sorry. Okay. I have shared some topics on which you can write the letter. The first one is write a letter to the Hindustan Times criticizing the disregard of traffic rules by motorists. So you are very unhappy that motorists are not following rules. They are causing a lot of danger to the passers-by, the pedestrians who are crossing or who are walking on the footpath. So all this you want to take it to the notice of the public through some paper, again Hindustan Times, so that they will alert or they will notify the traffic polices to be more alert and to control this motorists on the roads. So they've given you some points that you can include in in this letter. Okay, so you're concerned about their fast driving, no regard for speed limit. Okay, they're traveling at a very high speed, which is beyond the limit, which is allowed by the traffic police. Lane cutting, that is when you're crossing the lanes without following the rules. Breaking traffic signals, jaywalking by pedestrians, create life-threatening situations. So all this is very dangerous for the people who are walking on the sides or trying to cross the road. Now he's also given you some solutions. Each citizen needs to recognize his or her responsibilities. We have to make much more stricter laws and punishments should be given on the spot. Better and wider roads to reduce traffic. Another reason may be because the roads are also very narrow. It is causing a lot of danger. This prone to accidents. Okay, so such things can be avoided if the authorities concerned take up measures to rectify these problems. We have another letter here. Okay, there's a letter to the editor of the Deccan Chronicle, another newspaper. And here their topic is to ban the use of plastic bags. So again, you can give the problems faced by using plastic bags. What are your suggestions? Okay. Come up with some creative ideas and suggestions that you also think can be worked out to ban and make this drive a possibility to ban the use of plastic bag. And they have also given you some points. Creating a large amount of litter harmful to aquatic life, clogged drains, burning emits toxic gases when you burn the plastic bags that harm the atmosphere. And it takes hundreds of years for the average plastic to break down. Okay, so we know all these facts, but we still don't comply with the ongoing drive to ban plastics. And of course, it is not possible to totally ban it, but we can reduce the use of plastics wherever possible. So they alternate, they've given you solutions like you can recycle the plastic, use alternative methods or materials for making carry bags. So put all this in a sentence form, give your own ideas and make the letter more attractive and should be very clear what you're trying to convey to the editor and what actions they have to do with regard to your problem. Okay, so that is about letter to the editor. So I hope it was clear. If you have any problem, we can discuss it in the next class. But please try to do these exercises on the topics that we have given and discussed. Look through your worksheets. You have some exercises in the worksheets. Try to do these, and practice will make you more. It will help you write letters in a better way. You keep practicing, following, and make sure that you follow the format which was discussed in the video. Okay. Thank you. And please, if you have any doubts, we can clear it in the next class.